So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Moon Ketu conjunction in the 12th house. As in, what happens when these two planets are conjunct in the 12th house of your birth chart. And as always, you do not know if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details. Check out the links here, astrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Maghavedic Astrology Academy, where you'll find all types of courses, including the one that I'm currently doing of Nandi Nadi. So, Moon Ketu in the 12th house. Okay. So, this is a very sensitive yoga. Very sensitive yoga. On one end, this can show, see, there's polarity to this. Don't ever think just because you found Moon Ketu in the 12th house that an individual is going to do what really you think it's going to do, right? Like Moon Ketu can make a person very isolated, very introvert, very hermit-like. They feel like they need to retract back into the womb. Because we're born in the first house. First house is our birth ascendant, right? Here's Moon and Ketu in the 12th. The mind is always, how do I get back? I need to get back. And yes, this can lead to a great, yoga for somebody to focus on things like yoga, meditation, psychology, psychiatry, health, because they want to be in a place where there's this confined in a small space and they don't need to deal with the world. Like they're just dealing with the hospital room. And that's it. That's their work. That's their life. The mind is feeling balanced in their area. They go home. They don't need to deal with the world outside, except a very limited few. The other side is that yes, this is also an individual who will have a lot of secrets, will be very hidden individual. So on one end, it can show the hidden treasure of a person's beauty with this Moon Ketu. Like you get to discover, so many hidden talents with this person that they have. They just either not able to reveal, they're not able to bring it out, and you discover it. But on the other hand, it can go from this creative talents and creative or transcendental viewpoints to manic viewpoints. That a person may become so isolated in the world, and the person has so many hidden secrets because of the trauma they may have faced early on in their life that they can become psychopaths and sociopaths. So don't ever think like any planetary conjunction is doing the same, because the way to find out if this Moon and Ketu are functioning perfectly is obviously, if you want to look at the logical side, you want to see planets surrounding this particular conjunction, planets trine from this conjunction. But the easiest way to see this, how was your mother? Was your mother dharmic? Was your mother spiritually engrossed in meditation? Was your mother very charitable? Gave money? Or was it mother that abandoned you? You perhaps never even get to know your mother. Mother became very critical about you, which made you into an introvert. She made you feel like you're not good enough to meet other people, you're not good enough to be around other people, and made you an introvert. Sometimes it's a mixed package. There's a good side with the mother, there's a negative side with the mother. Okay. But it is these particular things that will show you how your Moon Ketu are functioning. Because if there is that abandonment of that mother, then that trauma is going to be there. Mother was never around, mother was doing this, mother was doing that. And so now this person feels trapped within their mind. Because again, Ketu's job is to keep blockages. And wherever Ketu sits, you have to understand you're not in control of that house. Wherever Ketu says, is that that's it. What I give you, I give you. What I don't give you, don't try to go after it. It's like you're trying to chisel a rock with your hands. It's never going to happen. You're going to die before you chisel even an inch. So here, Ketu in the 12th house, usually will attract a person towards wanting to know otherworldly things, otherworldly events. On the other hand, this can also attract a person for self harming, trying to escape, meaning people who may do drugs that require some needle. What is it? Heroin or something. They will experiment with certain things. Mind becomes very rigid and very trivial about life itself. They don't. Sometimes what happens, like with this conjunction, it can show they don't. When they see some dramatic things happen, some pain that is happening in exterior, that this thing will cause you pain. For them, they can be numb. They're like, "What is that? I have more pain than that. I have suffered more pain than that." And on the other hand, if there are great support with this particular conjunction, a person will tear because they can't stand seeing the suffering outside. Someone in pain, some animal in pain. But see, Ketus also represents those past life uh, intuitive accumulated karmas, because you're an expert wherever Ketu's in the 12th house. You're an expert in that. So with mind attached with Ketu, one becomes very intuitive about anything related to being in a foreign place, being in isolation. Such people in Ketu dasha may even wanting to live in ashrams, because they know, they get that intuition that, okay, this is how I need to do this. And then on the other positive hand, with this moon and Ketu, one can be very intuitive with investments too. One just know where I need to put my money, so my money goes around and revolves around, just like Lakshmi goes around, right? Lakshmi never stays still, it wants to move. One has that intuitive power, I need to make Lakshmi move. Usually with this moon Ketu, you will see mother will give sometimes everything in terms of donations, helping out saints. Or usually mother may deal with some psychological issues where mother may have to end up in an asylum. So again, this is why this is a particular placement that becomes very sensitive, because this is the house of Venus, Jupiter, Rahu. Here's the mix of these qualities are happening, and based on how the person was raised, that plays a very strong role in how this particular placement of Moon Ketu develops. One of the best things for this conjunction is that a person should always travel to places near ocean in a foreign place. If a person goes on a cruise, whatever insecurities they would have, whatever those ferocious anger that they may have in there, calms down. And especially if you, let's say you have this, always try to travel whenever Jupiter goes over this particular conjunction, or when Jupiter's 5th or ninth from this conjunction, or 10th from this conjunction. So it'll happen quite, not so frequently, but it'll happen quite a lot if one lives a long life. And so what happens is, it's like if this conjunction is malefic, every time Jupiter comes into these position and you travel, it's like you're putting some Sanjeevani in. You're putting some medicine in that just miraculously heals this moon and Ketu. And then also, because moon and Ketu go into the 12th house, usually you will see that a mother could have either dealt with a miscarriage or could have even had an abortion before you were born. Because what happens, especially being in the 12th house, mother may have dealt with something in her life, some health issue in her life, where she's like, I can't have children. I don't want to deal with this suffering again. But then after that whole thing, you came. And because of that, there would be some trauma fixated from mother's consciousness into you because you were in that womb when mother would have dealt with these particular things. Because again, it's in the 12th house. It was happening during the pregnancy. During the pregnancy, usually with Moon Ketu, mother may feel like, I don't need this child. I don't want this child. This is too much for me. I already have 3 kids. I already have 2 kids. Those things happen. And that's what creates trauma in the child, in the womb. Because the entire consciousness is transferring every single second as the baby is being built or grown before even the soul comes in. So it's internal engineering that we still don't know what to point to, what engineering, but there's some engineering in there that kind of retains those feelings. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Moon Ketu in the 12th house of your birth chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. If you want to know where your Moon and Ketu are placed along with the other astrological details, check out the links here, KairosAstrology.com. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.